In 2018, a high-profile copyright lawsuit shook the music industry. The lawsuit alleged that a hit song by a popular artist had infringed upon the copyright of a classic hit from decades earlier. In this video, we'll dive into the details of the case and try to find out what actually the matter was. Do you know who we are talking about? What was the reaction of the singer's fans after hearing this news? What exactly was the matter all about? Well, in 2018, British singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran found himself embroiled in a copyright lawsuit filed by the heirs of Ed Townsend, a co-writer of Marvin Gaye's 1973 hit Let's Get It On. The lawsuit alleged that Sheeran's 2014 hit song Thinking Out Loud infringed upon the copyright of Let's Get It On. The lawsuit was filed by Townsend's heirs, including his daughter Catrice Townsend and his son Ed Townsend Jr. They claimed that Thinking Out Loud used melodic, harmonic, and rhythmic elements of Let's Get It On without permission or compensation. Specifically, they pointed out to the use of the harmonic rhythm of Let's Get It On in the chorus of Thinking Out Loud, as well as similarities in the bass lines and drum patterns of the two songs. Now let us delve deeper and understand what this copyright trial is all about and what exactly happened in the trial. On April 24, the jury selection process for the trial in Manhattan Federal Court over claims that British musician Ed Sheeran plagiarized Marvin Gaye's Let's Get It On began. The next day, the singer started showing up in court. The 1973 Billboard chart topper Let's Get It On was a joint effort by singers Marvin Gaye and Ed Townsend. The trial was closely watched by the music industry, as it could have major implications for how copyright law is applied to music. During the trial, both sides presented expert testimony from musicologists who analyzed the two songs and provided their opinions on whether copyright infringement had occurred. In his testimony, he explained to the judges how he and his buddy and collaborator Amy WADGE wrote the song from 2014 at their house in England. Sheeran remarked, "When I write vocal melodies, it's like phonetics." Were you aware that Thinking Out Loud won a Grammy in the year 2016? Mr. Sheeran refuted the plaintiff's expert witness testimony, musicologist Alexander Stewart, with the help of his guitar. On one of the four chords Mr. Sheeran plays in the start of Thinking Out Loud, according to Mr. Stewart, is similar to the minor chord that recurs in the same position of the progression for the entirety of Let's Get It On. Mr. Sheeran testified that he routinely performs similar medleys in concert, which are made possible by the constrained harmonic palette of popular pop music, after the jury watched the mashup video. Did you know that the song was inspired by Sheeran's then-girlfriend, Athena Andrelos, and he said that he wrote it as a romantic gesture? He added that it's really damaging to the songwriting industry. There's only so many notes and very few chords used in pop music. Coincidence is bound to happen if 60,000 songs are being released every day on Spotify. That's 22 million songs a year, and there's only 12 notes that are available. However, the verdict was not without controversy. Some observers criticized the decision as a blow to the integrity of copyright law, arguing that it sent a message that it is acceptable to borrow heavily from existing works without permission or compensation. Others argued that the case highlighted the need for clearer standards for what constitutes copyright infringement in music. Despite the verdict, the case may have lasting implications for the music industry. The lawsuit drew attention to the issue of subconscious plagiarism, or the use of elements from existing works without intentional copying. The case also highlighted the importance of musicologists in copyright cases, as their expert testimony can be critical in determining whether infringement has occurred. As a result of the case, there may be an increased demand for musicologists who can provide objective analysis of musical works in copyright disputes. Here is a fun fact for you. The video Thinking Out Loud has been viewed over 3.2 billion times on YouTube, making it one of the most watched music videos of all time. Now talking about the reaction from fans to the Ed Sheeran copyright trial, it was mixed. Some fans were relieved and happy with the outcome of the trial, which found that Thinking Out Loud did not infringe upon the copyright of Let's Get It On. They praised Sheeran for his originality and creativity and celebrated the fact that he had been vindicated in court. Other fans, however, were disappointed with the verdict and felt that the similarities between the two songs were too close to be coincidence. They argued that Sheeran should have been required to pay compensation to the heirs of Ed Townsend and expressed concern that the case set a dangerous precedent for copyright law in the music industry. What do you think? Was the court's verdict right or not? If yes, why? Do let us know in the comment section below.